Now, the life of a mountain bike YouTuber can be difficult. Deciding what to show the viewer and how to tell a story in an interesting way can be pretty tricky. Today, I want to show you some never before seen footage of a few projects that never made it to YouTube. And there are some strange and devious reasons why some of this footage never got seen. Like the time I was trying out a new camera mount for my GoPro. This thing promised to fit all helmets and was the bee's knees. But in reality, it was one of the worst things I've ever bought. It was shaky and didn't stay in place, and the footage I got was terrible. So you can see why I never made this video. Or perhaps it was the time I headed out on an adventure and left my camera batteries at home. Another true story. But the footage I want to show you today is a bit different. One of these videos shows some questionable safety practices, and the other one is a story about how I got lied to by you guys, the YouTube viewer, you dirty scoundrels. So let's check them out. This first one I want to show you is a peek behind the reality of YouTube. About 2 years ago, I got sick of my garage looking like a mess. It was filled with clutter, my bikes were hard to store and impossible to maintain. So I decided to give it a makeover. I think I've got my work cut out for me. I wanted to store my bikes on the wall to create more floor space, giving me so much more room for activities. First, I cleared out all the junk in the garage, giving me a clean slate. Then I decided to put some hooks on the wall to hang my bikes. A big shout out to Gary from the Bike Hub in Wollaston for sending me these. For this project, I thought it would be fun to do things as cheaply as I could, to see what you can do with only a small budget. This means I wasn't using the right tools and equipment for the job, so don't try this at home.
If you're ever doing a garage build, whatever you do, don't do anything like anything that I'm showing you.
I had to cut the hangers down so they would fit my large wheels, which I did on the floor with a bendy old saw that got left in the garage from a previous owner. Once these were done, I got to drilling them into the wall. Of course, I took the necessary safety precautions.
Okay, safety first.
By using some mountain bike glasses as eye protection. Again, don't do this at home. Luckily, the hangers came with the correct screws and wall plugs, otherwise I would have probably been foraging around in the drains and flower beds to try and find some. With all the wall hangers up, I can now display my bikes with pride.
Oh yes.
The only problem with a garage like this is that it doesn't have power or lights, so it isn't a great workspace for maintaining bikes, and of course, all that junk I took out still needs to go back in afterwards. So after the project was completed, I was hoping for a grand reveal, but instead it didn't really look much different at all. Worst makeover ever. But on this note, I've just moved house, and my new garage is a bit different. So here it is, the new garage. Where's the light switch? Plenty of space in here. This time I can do a full garage workshop makeover, and I can't wait. We're talking storage, workbench, the whole 9 yards. So if you have any cool ideas or products you think I should be using to make my garage awesome, please drop me a comment. This second video I want to show you is a story of treachery and deception. It's about how I got tricked by you guys, the YouTube viewer. Today I'm at a trail centre that I haven't been to in about a year. Last time I made a video here, I rode the red trail and basically said it should be graded at blue because there weren't really any technical features or anything on it. Well, today I'm back because a little bird has told me that they've made massive improvements to the trail and I want to see what they've done. So welcome to Sherwood Pines, let's check out the new features on the red trail. So yeah, I wasn't too impressed on my last visit, but with the promise from you guys that they'd revamp most of the trail, I just had to check it out. So I grabbed the Hammerhead e-bike and got riding. So because this trail is relatively flat, I'm on the Hammerhead e-bike from Shark today. Perfect tool for the job. Getting into the ride, it was clear that some of these sections have had a revamp and are running brilliantly. This is one of the better sections here. Oh, some big old berms. It's a twisty line aided by these huge left and right handed berms. Great for carrying speed and absolutely lovely to ride. I could ride this section for hours, which is a pity because this section is rather short, lasting around 30 seconds. Still a fun section. After the fun of this section, I was keen to check out the next one. One of the more popular sections on the trail is this one. This twisty upper section is new due to the tree felling, but the lower down section has had a bit of a spruce up too. You can carry some good speed here. There are fun rollable features on here like small kickers, and it cuts an interesting line through the forest. Honestly, it's great fun to ride and I really can't fault it. There's also a fire road up to the side, so those of you who want to go back and ride it again easily can, which is kind of why I brought the e-bike with me. So far this trail revamp was looking good. If the rest of the trails have had even half this level of attention, this is going to be a great loop. Altogether, this is quite a long trail, so I was interested to ride all these other improved sections that I've been told about. So I kept riding, and riding, and riding. After a while I realised that I'd been duped. Where I was promised a revamped trail, it turns out that those were the only sections that appeared to have been redone, which make up for around 3 minutes of actual riding. The rest of the loop was exactly the same as before. I was gutted.
I always say that if you want to make trails like this a bit more interesting, add technical features, add a few little skinnies in places just to jazz things up. Just makes things a lot more interesting.
But lucky for me, I was on the Hammerhead e-bike today, which has the ability to make even the flattest trails exciting. With some fresh knobbly tyres on, I cranked this baby up to 11. Soon I was boosting along the trails, making short work of the flat corners, flat trail sections and the twisting climbs. Suddenly, all these sections that were boring to me on a manual bike were suddenly fun again. I should say that if you're looking to get yourself into the e-bike game, check out the link to the Shark website down in the comments. I'm definitely glad I brought my e-bike here today, and it turned into a good day's ride. I was just hoping to see a few more trail improvements. You guys tricked me good. So the awesome Shark e-bike saves the day again, but because of the trail, perhaps you can see why I didn't make this video.
So that was some of the never before seen footage. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to hit the like buttons, thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.